The basement was dark. Cobwebs hung everywhere. Dust covered everything. Max, Lily, and Sam shivered in the cold. They were on a mission. Their grandfather had recently died. He left them his old house. The house was full of secrets. The children knew it. They could feel it.
Look!
Whispered Lily, her torch beam falling on a wooden chest. It was tucked away in a corner. It was covered in dust and cobwebs. Max heaved it onto the floor. It creaked open, revealing old books and papers, and a map. The map was old, really old. It was made of parchment. It had strange symbols and markings.
What is this?
Breathed Sam, tracing a finger along the faded lines. The map felt cold beneath his touch. He felt a strange energy emanating from it. Max, the oldest and the most practical of the three, carefully unrolled the map.
It looks like some kind of treasure map, but what do the symbols mean?
The friends huddled closer, their excitement growing with each passing second. They knew this was no ordinary map. This was the beginning of an adventure. The next day, the friends met in their secret treehouse. Sunlight streamed through the leaves, dappling the map with light.
We need a plan. This map is ancient. It might be dangerous.
We need a code name. Something mysterious, something cool. We are going to be time travelers after all.
She always had a flair for the dramatic.
The Time Travelers Club, it's perfect.
And so their secret society was formed. They swore an oath of secrecy and loyalty. They promised to share whatever dangers or treasures they might find. They spent hours poring over the map, their heads bent in concentration. They traced the strange symbols with their fingers. They whispered theories and possibilities. They deciphered a few words written in a language they didn't recognize. But they knew, with a certainty that sent shivers down their spines, that this map was no ordinary map. It was a map of time. Days turned into weeks. The friends dedicated every free moment to unraveling the secrets of the map. They scoured libraries, their noses buried in ancient texts. They consulted with their eccentric neighbor, an expert in forgotten languages. Slowly, painstakingly, they started to decipher the symbols.
The crescent moon represents the phases of the moon. And look, this symbol represents the basement.
Sam, who had been studying an old book on astronomy, gasped.
That's incredible. The symbols, they align with the constellations on the night grandfather died.
He pointed at a particular cluster of stars marked on the map. Following Lily's observation, they realized that the map pointed to a specific date and time, a time when the constellations aligned with the symbols, a time when the moon was in its waning crescent phase, a time that was just 2 nights away. The air crackled with anticipation as the friends gathered in the basement on the appointed night. The only light came from their torches, casting long, eerie shadows on the walls. They stood in a circle, their hands clasped together, their hearts pounding in unison.
Ready?
Max whispered, his voice barely audible. Lily and Sam nodded, their eyes wide with a mixture of fear and excitement. Following the map's instructions, Max moved a loose brick in the wall. To their astonishment, the wall swung inwards, revealing a narrow, hidden staircase. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth and something ancient and unknown.
Wow, I can't believe this is actually happening.
Step by cautious step, they descended into the darkness. The air grew colder, the silence heavier. The beam of their torches danced on the rough-hewn stone steps, creating an eerie spectacle of light and shadows. Finally, they reached the bottom of the stairs. A large arched doorway loomed before them.
This is it, guys. No turning back now.
The archway pulsed with an otherworldly light, bathing the friends in its ethereal glow. As they drew closer, they realized the light emanated from a circular portal within the archway. Swirling colors and lights danced within it, like a kaleidoscope of cosmic energy. Standing before the portal, they felt a strange pull, a magnetic force drawing them towards it. In that moment, all their doubts and fears vanished. They were adventurers, explorers of the unknown.
All right, here goes nothing.
Max, ever the brave one, stepped forward first. He reached out a hand and touched the shimmering surface. The air crackled with energy. Lily and Sam followed close behind, their hands clasped tightly together. With a deep breath, they stepped into the portal. The world dissolved around them in a dizzying rush of light and sound. They landed with a thump on solid ground. Gone was the musty smell of the basement. In its place was the sweet scent of pine and earth. Opening their eyes, they found themselves in a forest. Towering trees reached for the sky. Strange birds sang unfamiliar songs. The air hummed with a strange energy.
Where are we?
Lily breathed, her voice filled with awe. Before them stood a figure shrouded in shadow.
Welcome, young travelers.
The figure boomed, his voice deep and resonant.
I am the guardian of time. You seek to unravel the secrets of time, but first you must prove yourselves worthy.
He stepped forward, and the light revealed an old man with kind eyes and a mischievous twinkle in them.
Solve my riddle, and the path shall be revealed. Fail, and you shall remain forever lost in the annals of time.
The guardian began, his voice echoing through the silent forest.
I have no beginning, no end. I am always present, yet always changing. I am the fabric of the universe, the witness to all that was, is, and ever will be. What am I?
The friends struggled with the riddle. They racked their brains, but the answer remained elusive. The guardian watched them with an unreadable expression. Finally, as the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Lily spoke.
Time.
She whispered, her voice filled with newfound understanding. The guardian smiled, a slow, knowing smile that lit up his face.
Indeed, young one. Time is the ultimate riddle, the ultimate adventure. Use it wisely.
And with a snap of his fingers, they were bathed in a blinding light. They squeezed their eyes shut, bracing for the next stage of their journey. When they opened their eyes, they were back in the basement. The portal was gone. The only evidence of their journey was a single white feather that lay at their feet. It shimmered faintly in the dim light, as if infused with a residual magic.
Did all of that really just happen?
As they climbed back into their own time, they realized something was different. A small antique clock that had always hung on the basement wall now ticked with a faint rhythmic pulse. It hadn't worked in years. The journey, it seemed, had changed more than just their perception of time. It had changed time itself. And with that unsettling thought, the friends knew their adventure was far from over.